He's over at Figueroa. You got him down there anywhere? There's Figueroa. Is he through Figueroa or on Figueroa? I don't know. I don't know. What's the description of the vehicle? Northbound Figueroa. Where's he by the... Oh, there he is. Got him. Thank you. It's all good. It's all good. This is going very fast, very dangerous pursuit out here. You can see a lot of cars out in the Eagle Rock area. This is on Figueroa, just made a hard turn out here. We'll get you the name of the street here in just a second. I believe this is going to be Eagle Rock from Figueroa. Larger street, which is good. Less cars, even better. But what is bad about this is a suspect that's wanted for reckless driving. Started down in the UCLA area. The USC area. And earlier on, actually, school police was the one that was chasing him. Apparently almost got into an accident with a school bus down in that location. Right now, though, it is basically in tracking mode. They still have some of those school police units nearby, but the helicopter from LAPD is the one that's tracking it. So this guy driving on the wrong side of the road, extremely fast out here on these tighter streets, smaller neighborhoods, but he's got no law enforcement right behind him with lights and sirens. Pretty unusual situation, passing in the center, pushing people off to the side of the road. Very dangerous indeed. Reckless driving, that's what they wanted. Now, what he's wanted for. Now, the helicopter, there's going to be the LAPD helicopter working with the units on the ground and, of course, working with school police, giving out these locations right now. Tracking mode, they're hoping that not having those lights and sirens behind him, this guy will slow it down. He hasn't yet. With that quick move right there, I got to get a little bit wider of a shot. I think he is getting onto the freeway. There he goes right underneath the road. Nope, that's not a freeway road. There he is. He's popping back out in a residential neighborhood. Now, right now, you can see that this area has got a lot of trees over it. It might cause a little bit of a problem for Sky 9 this afternoon, but the police helicopter much lower and also able to maneuver quicker because they are lower. They're going to keep an eye on it. This car is still moving through this residential neighborhood, a pickup truck. Right now, though, I can tell you that we are on a smaller street just north of the freeway out here, probably getting out of the Pasadena area. If anybody on our desk has got a location, we can shout that out as well. But I can tell you we're moving into the Pasadena area right now by the Rose Bowl. A lot of trees out here right now. LAPD on the ground and in the air chasing this suspect. Southbound Linden. Yes, I can. Sorry about that. We just actually heard a street right there. Looks like he's still moving up. He's on Linden. That was the last street that we heard. You can see the trees. I got to work with Marcos here for a moment. They don't have any lights and sirens on down there, so it's very difficult for even the helicopter right now to actually locate this vehicle. Thank goodness we got the camera on it right now. We're pretty lucky. Working his way into an area. You know what? That might not be the pickup truck. We are going to take a look around. That one doesn't have that yellow tarp in it. So, they did a little switcheroo down there, not on purpose, I'm sure. So we're going to try to find him here in just a moment. Is he farther up on that same street? There he is. Well, they don't. Right now, they're in what's called tracking mode, and when they go into these tracking modes, they're basically hoping that that suspect will slow the roll, drive a little safer, possibly, maybe even stop the vehicle and get out. But at this point, that hasn't really been working. I mean, then when they go into tracking mode, they're hoping that the lights and sirens might be agitating the driver, and he's in that fight or flight, and in this case, it's going to be fleeing. So that's why they do that. That's a tactic that they used, basically, all law enforcement uses, where they kind of back off, but the helicopter is overhead, so they're going to keep an eye on it. Right now, though, we're still in the Pasadena area, making our way up off of, Linda Vista is the name of the street, working our way up into the hills up here. LAPD, they got their helicopter over it, but these are very tight streets, got some bike riders right there, sharp turns. This is getting very, very dangerous. These are smaller roads out here, you can tell, mountainous roads, and this vehicle on the wrong side, on blind curves, very, very dangerous. Now working its way, because of the high speeds, using that closer lane, that's a pedestrian bike lane. So this is, in this instance, the backing off might not be working the way they want it. So far, though, he's had quite a few close calls. We understand no collisions with any other vehicle, thank goodness. This guy just running right now to run. And it's a very dangerous situation. Hard on the brakes right now. We're going to be making a turn. We're going over the freeway. This is going to be the 210 freeway. The opportunities for him to get onto a freeway have presented himself many times, but he hasn't taken it. You're correct. I would say a dark gray, possibly Colorado, whatever the GMC smaller vehicle is, the smaller pickup truck. There's the LAPD airship. That's where we're getting most of our information this afternoon, because they have no cars on the ground right now. Does look like this time we might be taking nope, not a transition road, just another small road. So he may know this area. Hard turn, little slide out there. Luckily, no other cars, that many cars in the area right now. We are very, very close to the Rose Bowl, so I would say we're in the Pasadena area. If not, we're just right on the border. I can tell you from that sign that we saw right there for the street sign that this is definitely the Pasadena area. Making our way onto Oak Grove. We just made a turn onto Oak Grove. Oak Grove will turn into Woodbury if he's going the direction I think he is. So definitely in the Pasadena area. Now, Pasadena PD, they might get involved, and they might have a different tactic. Right now, though, this vehicle just moving very, very quickly out here. Pasadena area, reckless driving. And this driver continues to present those same reckless driving tactics. Wrong side of the road, high speeds, sharp turns, very dangerous this afternoon. No, we haven't heard anything like that. The official word from there's another school bus. That's how this whole thing started. The official word from our desk was that reckless driving, school police. We did hear that earlier on. Now, school police is a division. It's its own entity, but whoa, he took off a mirror right there. There's no doubt about that. His mirror also damaged on that one. But they do work with the LAPD, and that's one of the reasons why the LAPD helicopter overhead right now, making the calls. I'm sure they're going to be notifying Pasadena PD. Right now, though, we've been working on Woodbury Street, driving through. Look at that, just weaving his way through a lot of cars out here. Pasadena, very tight neighborhood, but wanted to make a turn, change his mind. Don't know what that was all about. We're going to get you a major cross here in just a minute. I think we just passed Fair Oaks Avenue. So if you're in the Pasadena area, you have some loved ones that may be driving home tonight, give them heads up that this is going on. Obviously, be safe. We don't want somebody texting and driving. But right now, we just passed Las Robas. This vehicle driving extremely fast, weaving in and out. Haven't seen that wrong side of the road tactic till just now. All you got to do is mention it, and this guy's going to do it. Very dangerous out here this afternoon. And of course, LAPD and now probably Pasadena PD want this thing to come to an end peacefully. Hopefully it will. Some very dangerous moves this afternoon. You saw that car just driving by, swerving to get out of the way. This is very dangerous, extremely residential neighborhood right now in the Pasadena area. Well, most definitely. And right now, the officers basically their tactic has been we're going to be on a major right here southbound. I believe that's going to be on Lake. Basically what the officers there, all they are concerned about is, not all they're concerned about, but their biggest concern, obviously, all law enforcement is going to be safety. Safety first. Safety of the public, the innocent people. Safety for their officers, the ones that are pursuing them, and then even the safety of that Whoa! Here we go. Up. Okay, got a crash there. He's out on the street. We're on Howard and Lake. Howard and Lake basically made contact with that vehicle there. We're going to keep an eye. We're going to stay wide. It might look like somebody's picking this guy up. You got that white pickup truck. Don't know if there's another door right there. You guys have been watching just as well as we have. He ran around that corner, a Louisiana Chicken. You got some people coming out right there. I don't know if there's a side door, but he hasn't popped out, so we're going to move the helicopter around a little bit. Sometimes people say, why don't you move faster? We are up extremely high, and believe me, we are moving very quickly. We've had that wide shot up the entire time. Haven't seen the suspect. Gotta wonder. Gotta be a side door there at that Louisiana Chicken, so perhaps he might know this area. We're going to see here in just a second. That's the shot I'm looking for. It doesn't seem like there's any side door right there, or possibly that's a door. If somebody says he's walking down the street, we're going to take a look. Southbound down the street. There he is. That's him. That's him right there. Pasadena. Yep, Pasadena PD. Here, the first responders picking up there at Lake. He gave us a slip twice today. I'm feeling pretty embarrassed. But the ending here, they got some damage to a vehicle. Thank goodness nobody was hurt. Really curious, though, in the end, what this was all about besides just that reckless driving. This guy this afternoon could have just pulled over and might have just walked away. But in this case, it took it to that next level, and he's going to be spending some time in custody, I am sure. How did he get away? I didn't see him. Did you see him? No. The only thing I saw was I saw him go around that corner and he never popped out. I went wide because I was expecting him to come around. Man, he could have backed up. He could have kept going. He did? That's probably where we lost him. Simon Des checking in. Job, y'all. Thank you. We are clear to RTB, brother. Marcos.